Hey there, I'm Christy. Welcome to my channel if you're new, and if you're returning, welcome. Today's video is an unboxing video. I have a bunch of seeds. I'm going to go through the varieties and where I got them from. I'm in Canada. I should mention this is the first time using this microphone, so I do apologize if I'm learning how to use a microphone. First try with this, so please let me know what I can do different if I screw it really up badly. Okay, so the first one I wanted to go over is this envelope here from Coulee View Flora. So Coulee View Flora, I hope I'm saying that correctly. They are from Lethbridge, Alberta. I'm in northern Alberta, so like way north in Alberta. And they are way south in Alberta, but I was able to source my Lisianthus seeds from Coulee View Flora, and I found them on Facebook. Actually, I was in a Facebook group and I had seen them posting that they had some seeds available, which I was really grateful because the seeds that I was able to source, they actually come from ball seed, but usually you can only order 1,000 at a time. I was able to get 100 at a time instead, which is more practical for my farm. Because I'm growing so many different varieties of Lisianthus this year, I really wanted to emphasize on variety this year, simply because I have a lot of events coming at the farm and I wanted to kind of showcase and explore what varieties do the best here in my climate. So 1,000 wasn't practical, especially since Lisianthus typically don't germinate well the second year because they are a pelleted seed. I wanted to make sure I had some fresh seeds, which I was able to do from Coulee View. The varieties I got from Coulee are none of the ones that I've grown in the past. They're all very new to me. So the first one, I just got a pile going on my, like literally. So I'm going to break these up and share them with you in order of their blooming time. So Lisianthus have a season, like have different seasons essentially, early, mid, late, and then really late. Typically the really late Lisianthus, like the group 4s, they're not something I can grow here simply because we have usually like a 90-day frost-free window, which Lisianthus can handle frost very easily, but my kind of frost might be different than your kind of frost. It's not unusual for it to drop to like 15 or 20 below Celsius in May or in August. It's happened. We've had horrible storms. So even though they would handle by being protected, you could cover them, and I could put heat tapes down and cover them, mulch them, and put like blankets and like thermals over them to protect them. Sometimes it just hits without warning. And I mean, I live really north, you guys, like really north. So our weather is unpredictable for flowers that have a very long season. So I primarily grow groups 1 and 2, sometimes 3 if I'm feeling a little bit adventurous. It's a Celeb Lavender. So Celeb Lavender is a group 1. There's 100 seeds in this. It has huge blooms with a strong, wavy, ruffled petals, double flowers. Strong stems hold the flowers upright, which is something that's really good. So I'm curious to know. I have not grown this variety before. So if you have grown Celeb 1 Lavender, let me know what you thought of it and how it held up to being grown outside, because it has ruffly petals, and this one's going to be going outside. The next one is Celeb 1 Rouge. Now, this one is a really pretty pink. It seems to have like a gradient to it, much lighter in the center than it is to the exterior petals. So I'm really interested to see how this one will grow for me. That ruffly petal really was a very big hit because I am growing for 3 florists this year. Yes, that's right. Last year I grew for 2. This year I'm growing for 3 florists. I think that this will be a very big hit for some of the florists as these start to come in earlier in the summertime. This is the one I couldn't find on Ball Seeds or find any information on for the Celeb apricot. But this one is an apricot color, and I believe it is also frilly. So I'm really excited to see. I'll pop a picture of it up, but I'm really excited to see how this one will do for me. This one is also one of those gradient. Those ones did really well on the market here. People really enjoyed having the darker outside ruffly petals with the lighter inside. I had other varieties that were kind of similar to this, but they were different varieties. And they just did so good with my local market that I really wanted to focus on these. We typically have a little bit more moisture here. We're very humid sometimes in the spring, especially. Last year was an exception. The whole province was burning up. Actually, all of northern Canada was burning up. So we didn't have the typical weather. I found that the ruffly petals did okay here. Typically, I don't think they would, simply because of the moisture and the bacteria that can start to grow on the petals with all the high humidity or moisture. So I have to take precautions this year in case we have a rainy season. I definitely have to have some infrastructure in place, like low tunnels that I will have to, use with that if we get a lot of rain to kind of bring these in. But I have different plans in planting these. I'm not planting them in the ground. I'm doing something different because I have some experiments I want to do, and that'll be in a later vlog in the season. I'll share with you as I go. But there's a lot of plans for these ruffly petals that I have. So I'm really excited about that. Then we go into pink diamond. This reminds me, last year, I grew Roseanne Brown last year, and I grew it in my greenhouse. Now, my Roseanne Brown was more green than brown, and it had little blushes of brown. It was very vintagey. Actually, here's a photo of what it looked like. It was not typical to a true Roseanne Brown. And these were plugs that I had bought last year from Jolly Farmer. And I think the growing conditions were just bizarre last year. They started to bloom. They were blooming at the same time as my ranunculus, this variety particularly from Jolly Farmer. So this one does remind me of the pink diamond Lisianthus, that it has that green look with those blushes. So I really loved the look, how I could blend that in with some of the other varieties that I was growing on the farm last year. And I know I probably won't be able to replicate what the Roseanne Brown did last year. So this was really appealing to me when I seen that they had this variety. I was very excited to get it. So thank you, Coulee View Flora. I really am glad that I was able to connect with you on Facebook and able to order. Thank you again so much for sending them. They had sent them. They arrived quickly after I ordered. It was really easy to deal with. They gave me a wonderful invoice. They emailed it to me. It was really nice to be able to work with a local-ish, within the same province, flower farm and distributor that is able to, who really wants to put their other flower farmers, their priority. So thank you for sharing these with me, and I am hoping that I have good luck and I don't kill them all. So, oh, and hi, by the way, because I know they watch my channel and I appreciate you. So hi, and please go check out their Facebook. Please go check out their website. I'll link that here. Before we move on to this, which I know many of you are waiting for, I want to share with you my favorite tomato company to buy from. I love Tomato Fest. So they're an American company. I'm a Canadian company, but I still order from them. I absolutely love the stuff that they have. So this is my favorite tomato that I grew last year, on how it produced, and seriously, just look. This is what I had to deal with last year when it came to sauce making, when it came to everything. Doesn't this look really appealing to you? It was sweet, it was delicious, and there was no seeds. It was consistent. It was the most highest yielding tomato on my farm last year. And so I bought it. I bought a bunch of packs of it. Now, this is a Roma tomato. It is called Sweet Orange Roma. it is different than orange Roma. Orange Roma and sweet orange Roma are not the same variety. They are slightly different. And I did notice a difference. The sweet orange Roma tomatoes that I planted did not perform as well, or the orange Roma tomatoes did not perform as well as all of the sweet orange Romas that I had. And the sweet orange Romas were really, really heavy producers again, and they had no seeds. A lot of them had no seeds at all. So I bought a bunch of them. I bought like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 packs because they're discontinuing this variety. Why? No Tomato Fest. Keep these. Please keep these. I love them. I love them. I love them with all my heart. Don't make them go away. Okay. And I don't even have seeds that I can keep from my tomatoes last year because they had no seeds. So anyway, that's probably why they're discontinuing them, because they're really great at not having seeds. Anyway, I got a bunch of them. So if you want to get them, I would head over to Tomato Fest and order a pack of those sweet orange Romas if they have any left, because I did see they were on the discontinued list. And I haven't checked again in the last couple of days, but they were on there the last time I was on there, so you may want to double check. Okay, this is a new tomato that I did not grow last year. I ordered some that were really high, my best producers on the farm. I restocked the ones that they were discontinuing that did really well in my climate. Remember, I have a very messed up climate compared to the rest of you, so for the most part. It's not easy to grow here. Tomatoes are not easy to grow here. It's usually a very limited amount. So when I have tomatoes that produce well, I go all in on them. And so this actually variety is one I didn't try last year, but I'm really excited to try this year. It's called Indian River. Now, Indian River, on their website, it says that they are an early 2 to 3 inch red tomato with big, delicious flavors, produces well in hot or cooler weather, great canning tomato. So I wanted to get this one to pair with my orange Roma tomatoes for canning projects to balance out those flavors for making tomato sauce, because I like that sweet and tanginess, so then I don't have to add a lot of sugar when I'm making tomato sauces. You know, I just pull tomatoes out of the freezer, or I make tomato sauce and freeze it, and then I just cook up the tomato sauce as I'm going. And I like the tartness of those red tomatoes, that more deep acidic flavor with that sweet orange Roma flavor. It's just such a beautiful balance. So that's kind of where I wanted to go with that. And also canning. I'm out of canned tomatoes, so I need to do that as a project, and I thought those would be really great. The other one is I can't pronounce this. Oh my god. Why do they have weird names? It's probably named after somebody, and I feel like a jerk saying that, but Billy now live. Oh, I believe. Neliv. Anyways, that guy right there. So on their website, it's a semi-determinate, and it truly is. It really bridges in between binding. It produces a really big plant. You still need a lot of trellising for this plant. It is a 54-day tomato, and they produce so well in my climate. I'm also trying Big Orange. So one of the reasons why I wanted to try this variety is because I have started selling subscriptions on my farm. So every week, instead of doing like a CSA, I do a weekly subscription, and that subscription may be a $15 bouquet along with a basket of fruit or a basket of tomatoes, a dozen eggs, a bag of lettuce, different things that are very practical. My farm, it does this. I'm doing this throughout the entire year. So during the winter months, I'm still growing produce indoors and selling, and forced tulips and stuff like that are something else that I'm doing for like winter tulips or other, whatever, daffodils, stuff like that, and offering those in the weekly subscription. So weekly subscription means it's not available every week, but I have things available every week. So they can subscribe to having a delivery made to their home every Wednesday. So we show up at their door every Wednesday, and sometimes we have sourdough available. Sometimes we have noodles available, like pasta. Sometimes we have tomatoes. Sometimes we have buns. Sometimes it's cinnamon buns. Sometimes we have like cucumbers and like a basket of cherry tomatoes or strawberries. All of these different things is what we've been doing. So the orange and yellow tomatoes did really, really well. And I wanted to try this variety because I thought this would do well for those subscriptions. It's not too big. It's not too small. And it doesn't it's not one of those tomatoes like the Kellogg's tomato where it's like ridiculously like too big, not really usable for my clients, and takes too long. This one is it produces 1 pound fruits, but it is a little bit earlier than some of the varieties that take a long time, like the Dr. Witchies and stuff like that. So this is a 75-day indeterminate yellow-orange tomato. It says it's very productive, sweet producing 1 pound big round orange beef steak tomatoes with skin that peels like an orange. So you just peel it off. It's an excellent sweet flavors. Don't let the simple name lead you to believe that this tomato is less grand. This is a great variety for those wanting the biggest, juiciest orange tomatoes. Rare tomato seeds, low acidic tomato, a good choice for salad slicing and sauces. So this is just it's different. I wanted to bring something different so that they could try it. So if I sell them a tomato and a cucumber and a bag of lettuce and a bouquet of flowers, right? Okay, June pink. I grew June pink last year and I really liked it. It was super fun. And it looked so good in a basket. It produced really well in our climate as well. June pink. The 68 indeterminate tomato. So it is, they say it's almost identical to Earliana. I don't know. I've never grown that one. Some seed source speak of the two varieties as though they are the same. Indeterminate regular leaf plants that yield clusters of 4 to 6 beautiful, uniformly round rose pink tomatoes. We consider this a perfect market tomato because its visual appeal and its wonderful sweet tart flavor. June pink produces well into the frost. These actually, they flopped over on my trellising and they produced after my frost. So I had a killing frost. And then we had a bout of really nice weather. They started to grow again and they produced beautiful fruit. So this tomato is actually way hardier than what they claim it to be. It's a contender for me for sure. And it's so pretty. It makes a tomato basket or a veggie basket when I'm doing subscriptions. It makes it look like no one's seen it before. Like it's like a profile. You take that with some purple peas from those purple shelling peas or snap peas, and you take a kohlrabi, and you take some bumblebee cherry tomatoes, and you take some carrots, like bright orange carrots, and a few little this and that, some peppers, maybe cucumbers, those salt and pepper cucumbers. You can make a really beautiful little basket that is super appealing and delicious. And that was what I was doing this year, and it was on fire. One of the things that Tomato Fest does is they always send a freebie. So this year they sent Porter's Dark Cherry. So I'm interested to see what that is. Thank you, Tomato Fest. I'm looking forward to trying this. Now, I should mention I did order some more Lisianthus from Johnny's Seeds. They haven't even shipped yet. This is January 6th today. I need to plant my Lisianthus so I get an early enough start on them this season, because I do plan to plant them out way early because they won't last in the fall. I have to plant them out early. So Johnny's has not sent them to me yet, which is a little disappointing. Usually they're much quicker and at sending them, as you know, if most of you have ordered from Johnny's before. So I do have a list of seeds that I did order from them, but I don't think I'm going to share them in this video because it'll be too long and I don't know for sure if I'm going to get to grow them. Depending on when they show up, I might not be able to start them. So yeah, I'll just skip that. But when they arrive, I will do another video and let you know what I got. So let's get into the unicorn blooms. Oh, yes. Okay, so unicorn blooms, they are the only supplier of the Italian Ranunculus corms. Here in Canada, we are very limited on wholesale options, and really we're limited on the pretty ones. Like I was usually getting my corms from Van Noort, which is in British Columbia, and they have, good quality stuff. They're okay. Like they're average. I mean, I can go to Canadian Tire or to Walmart and get the same darn ones. So I love you, Van Noort, but come on, step it up. Get these instead. So this is the unicorn blooms. This one particularly it's a Viola elegans ranunculus 5'7". So 5 to 7 millimeters is how they measure. They measure the outside of it, and they look great. I'm really, really happy with these guys. As you can see, they come in 50. I ordered them in 50. Lots of 50. So yeah, that's an anemone. Salmon. Now I have a lot of salmon ranunculus on the farm, but I don't have these salmon ranunculus, the Italian ones. And I wanted the Italian ones. Like, look at the size of that. Like, I'll bet you this is going to produce a bloom the size of my face. Oh, it's 2. But still. Dang. Like, there's 50. It comes up to here. There's 50 in there. Van Noorts, they're like so small compared to these. So, again, I love you, Van Noort, but do better. Okay. This is a hot pink. Now these ones, they ran out of the ones in the size that I ordered. I ordered 5'7", but they didn't have 5'7", so they sent me 4 5s. So they're slightly smaller corms. I don't care. I'm just glad to have them. So in comparison, they are really much smaller. So I'll show you the difference between a 5'7" and a 4'6". So this is a 5'7". Right? This is a 5'7" corm, and this is a 4'6" corm. So when you're ordering, this one is going to produce bigger blooms, bigger blooms, which means they're more profitable. And they'll probably produce multiple, more stems than something like this, because this is still this is a baby. This was probably from the, taken off. Oops. Did I put it in the wrong bag? No, it's in the right bag. We might have a surprise. Rosa 8902. This is a 5'7" corm as well. That thing's heavy. It's like a lunch bag. Rosso elegance. And these are also 5'7", which is bizarre because, okay, I want to see. These are both 5'7". Look at the difference in the bag. There's 50 in each of them. So I'm wondering if maybe this was mislabeled. It says it's a 5, unless it's a 5 and those are 7s. I guess that would make sense. Oh, okay, get into here. Oh yeah, they're still big. Just those ones are way bigger. They childproof this. Oh yeah, they're wider. That's why. So they're still 5'7" compared to those other ones. Yeah. Okay, so then we have the Clementine 0308. big too. And then the Elegance Crema, $43.99. $43.99. So I ordered the Unicorn Bloom Anemone because I wanted some different varieties and I wanted some larger ones. I wanted big ones. I do also order, typically, I ordered a whole bunch of these actually from Van Noort, and I'm going to do that in a separate video when I'm starting them. But these are the Unicorn Bloom corms for anemones. So this variety is called Mistral Bordeaux. These are 5'7" corms, so they're pretty decent size, right? The anemones last year did really good for me. I had a really long season. They were one of the higher producers on the farm, which is coming. I'm going to do a which flowers or what was the most profitable on my farm last year, what did the best for me. But I haven't had time to get that video out to you. But the anemones, they were blooming really early. I had planted them in the greenhouse in January, and I had a very long season, which was awesome because I needed it, and they sold so well. They had great vase life. I was really happy with them, so I'm glad to have more. I want to see these guys. These are 4.5s compared to the 5.7s. So this Levante mix, is that how you say it? Levante. These are more of what I've been able to order from Van Noort. And they're small, like same as the ones I ordered from Van Noort. I probably didn't need to order these ones because I have some already pretty standardly like this. But I went ahead and I ordered them anyway. And I'll do a video on that to show you. But they're very small, but I don't think I could ever have too many anemone. This one is called Bianco Centro Nero, and these are 5'7" corms as well. Yeah, there you go. You can see that. So these guys are, they're like the first bag I opened of the 5'7", so they're much larger than the 4.6s or 4.5s. So that's that. So I'm super happy with what I ordered from Unicorn Blooms. This is the first year I was able to order from Unicorn Blooms. What I'm doing this year is selling a lot of the ones that I kept over from last year that produced. So I separated some of them, and I'm selling to other florists or flower farmers and other growers that are florists in our area. I'm selling to them so that they can kind of have some that are a bit hardier. The more I grow and produce on my farm, the hardier those become, and also a bit more disease resistant to what we have. They're a little bit more resilient the more I can produce here. So that's what I've been doing. I've been trying to produce more of them corms and then disperse them and get in different varieties like the Unicorn Blooms. Now, some of the Unicorn Blooms, when you order them, you have to destroy them after the season you have grown them. So you can't have multiple seasons on them. You can't sell them. You can't regrow them the following year. You have to destroy them. These ones, I believe all of these I'm able to keep them and grow them again. So I don't have to worry about that, but I will be doing another order next year and maybe even in the fall to see what I can do for forcing. I'm going to experiment with some forcing since I'm going to be forcing tulips, doing winter tulips this year anyways, and possibly daffodils and lilies as well. So I think that we'll see. I'm also already growing vegetables, so I may as well try forcing some other things. So anyway, that's my unboxing. I did my last video. I planted, what did I plant? Cucumbers. Oh, I'll give you an update. So I've been harvesting off of this tower. I replanted planted this tower. We have some lettuce growing in there. But what was interesting was we did those cucumbers in that video. And look at them. We have baby cucumbers growing. Isn't that fun? Look at them. So these cucumbers are producers. They're meant for growing indoors. So I'm really excited for that. And I'm excited to have some more lettuce to be able to sell to my subscribers. Very excited about that. So anyway, if you find this was interesting to you and you want to see what I do on my farm I just knocked everything off my table. If you want to see what I do in the coming months on the flower farm, it's kind of snowy and stuff out there, but we'll see what it's like. See if I can flip you around so you can see. We finally got snow, but if you're interested in seeing how my growing season goes this year, just make sure you hit subscribe, and I'll see you soon. I'm going to try to get some more content to you about what varieties did the best for me last year, like which was most profitable, or what was most profitable on my farm, because it wasn't all flowers. Believe it or not, I found another way to make income from my flowers on the farm, but it wasn't flowers. I will share that with you when I get a chance. But tonight, right now, I need to go out before it gets too dark and find the stuff for planting these Lisianthus, because they need to get started today. Anyways, wish me luck and happy growing. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.